Hello everyone and welcome to the Edmonds Racing Preview Show. It's a huge week of action, Melbourne Cup week, how good. And we've got a full complement back this week. Trent's back from a little freshen up, ready to tip some more best bets. And speaking of best bets, Tobe got a winner last week, Animo in the Cox Plate.
Yep, great ride. Champion horse, seriously.
Pretty handy.
No, you know when you watch Greg Radley on the show the next morning, they give the preview, like he could have won, how many Group 1s? He won
11.
7?
Could have won 11.
He could have won 11. You know, he should have got the protest, I think, one day in a Group 1.
Cox Plate, yeah.
Last year in the Cox Plate. So, look, he's a star.
And the slipper and the Blue Diamond.
Well managed and handled by Godolphin. James Cummings, I suppose Darren Beeben in the background, that whole team. They must be so good. They've got a real good support team and good effort by all involved.
Yeah, huge effort.
They don't need me telling them that, by the way. I think they know. But
yeah.
Anyway, from an outsider looking in, you know, you can see that whole operation's such a professional operation, and you know, it's good fun to watch.
You just appreciate good sport.
Wish we had one like it.
Good horses.
Yeah, I was just going to say, you'd like to have one like him in the stable, wouldn't you?
For sure.
And Trent, you're all good. Freshen up last week. You got a week off from the show, and your best bet form has been pretty good leading into this.
That's good. Hopefully we can continue on, and a little bit of a special guest in a couple of minutes' time as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This will be good.
We'll reveal all
absolute
in
reprobate.
He's just an
could be some editing work to do after this one.
possibly. Where's he going to fit in? You got incoming. He can be in the middle.
All right,
Piggy in the middle.
Before we do that, let's get into the Eagle Farm preview. You've got 3 acceptors, but 2 likely runners. Frederick the Dane's the first of those, maybe. Almost got the job done Saturday level last start, and change of rider with Jim Byrne aboard.
Jim Byrne, yeah, it's another bad draw, of course. But he began so quick the other day and controlled that race, and I thought he was going to get away with it. He just sort of runs out instead of running straight. If he runs straight, I reckon he wins. You know, he just does it. You know, he instead of, I think he straightened up sort of 3 horses off the fence. He ends up 8 horses off the fence. You know, when he's under pressure, he does it. I think it's more of a trait of his.
We're going bubble cheeker.
We've got a bubble cheeker on this week to hopefully keep him a bit straight and keep him running. Because, you know, it's a game of inches at that level. You know, he hasn't got that much on them, but, you know, he's fast, and if he can control it and get them sectionals right in the middle stage, he'll run well.
All right, we'll talk to our special guest in a minute about the bubble cheeker, but for those that don't know, talk us through the bubble cheeker.
Okay, so horses that hang out a bit, you know, sometimes we'll put a different bit of gear on. We'll try a ring bit. We've got a lugging bit, which is a bar bit. Will work sometimes, but we've used everything on him, and he still runs out. So we're going to the bubble cheeker this time. It's sort of it's a cheeker that sits on either side, whichever way they hang. We put it on the opposite side to keep them straight, and it's got little
like little brushes, and it provides a bit of pressure on that side of the mouth.
So
when the rider's pulling about, instead of going that way, they work into the brush and they go straight rather than drifting.
So it's not severe. It's just a
correctional
just
tool.
a subtle.
It's just an aid basically.
Yep.
So hopefully that works this time.
Okay, hopefully that does the trick with Frederick.
But he's done well. He's trained on nicely. He's very, very fit. Doesn't need much training. Had a little sharpen up gallop on Tuesday morning. Worked good. So go Freddie.
All right, good luck to the Spice Thoroughbreds team there with Frederick the Dane. All right, race 10, the lucky last, newcomer Opacity, who we spoke about in your absence last week, was saved from obviously the wet track last week for this and had a quiet trial at Bow Desert. What are we thinking about Opacity?
I think the extra week's perfect. Just speaking to James about him, whether or not the hard surface of Eagle Farm is going to be advantageous, not too sure, but he's drawn soft, and he's carrying obviously less weight going up in grade, which is fine. And very interesting to see how he goes. His work's been good, and as I said, that extra week was good for him, particularly given that the trial was probably a little bit too soft. So just an extra couple of pieces of work, and just tighten him up nice. You know, he's good each way chance without getting too carried away. He hasn't won for a while, but if he reproduced his best, it'd be more than good enough.
Yeah, I was going to say on his Sydney form, and no doubt you love your form and delving a bit deeper, but
on his good Sydney form.
When he was winning, when O'Shea had him
well.
A couple of preps ago,
Yep.
He'd take a power beating. But just one of those you just want to see do it, I'd say.
Okay. All right, well, good luck to the Tricolours team there, making his stable debut, Opacity. So that's the Eagle Farm wrap. Let's bring our special guest in.
The King.
The King Callow.
Here he is. Here he comes from mowing lawns. Here he comes.
We'll get him a chair.
Sit down, mate. Just dive in here, buddy.
VRC Derby winning jockey.
That's on this weekend, isn't it?
Vinery Stakes winning jockey.
Did you win the VRC Derby, did you?
I won the VRC Derby on a horse called Benicio, trained by Lee Friedman, and
DL
still waiting for the sling. I think he had a sieve there and the money just went everywhere. But anyway, no, actually I got looked after because D. Oliver was out with his back, and he was good mates with a couple of the owners, which was Alan Green and Brian Singer, which are probably just names to you, but Alan Green owns Quicksilver and Brian Singer owns Rip Curl. So the little 90s
sling there.
Surface.
No, it was good. I had the Mercedes, I think it was, I don't know, 05 series back then. It was like a little tin box. It was full of surfboards and everything. I still got some of the clothes. But no, it was a good day, and I was lucky enough to win it. So no, that's.
And so anyway,
any other
antics post race in that?
Wasn't there
that actual win, wasn't there?
No, it was our Smoking Joe. I put the reins in the mouth and did the aeroplane. It cost me $1,000, and
Hold on.
we're a bit old now to do that.
We've got to go back a couple of races earlier that day that you won on Benicio, the Guri colours, mate.
Queen of the Hill, yeah. I put in a shocker there. So,
Why'd you slaughter it?
oh, horrific. I'll picture it. There's 6 runners down the straight. I've done barrier 1. How can you stuff it up? I'm still trying to get out. Honestly, I reckon if you look at Flemington now, I'm still trying to get out.
19 years later.
How do you offset a spray when you come back? Do you do the old, you know what you do? You come back and pretend you're real cranky and
lay on the ground,
walk in the room so you don't get a spray?
No, Lee gave me a good spray. There was actually a really good picture in the Age, and you just see me walking away in the Guru colours, and he's giving me like, he actually didn't talk to me. I think I had a ride for Gay in the Maya Classic, and then I think the Derby was about race 6, and he didn't even talk to me. He just said, put this in the first 3 and don't eat it too much. I had it third last and didn't miss it from about the 600, so anyway, happy days.
He would have talked to you after the race, though.
Did you
No, he's happy. I was back on the Christmas list, and he's up here training now, and he's mellowed a lot since those days, but oh well.
Did you knock up that day? Build it from the 600?
No, well, there was no whip rules then.
Right.
If I had done that now, I'd probably be in a Malaysian prison, but that's another story.
You had a crack at that as well.
That is a story. That's a whole episode. All right.
Cyril's got a book coming out too. It's out actually.
Is it out? Yeah, I did hear
The Bow
this.
Road Show, $35 on your Cyril.
$35, yes,
Star.
Are you getting a special discount for the job?
No, there's no special discount.
It's only cash too.
Isn't it ever? For now.
Tax man watches this.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Anyway.
Let's talk
a couple of runners for.
You do. Four rides.
You've got 4 rides.
Yeah, 4 rides. So
How much work you been riding?
Forgot to remember.
Geez, you got 4 this week, so you must have been putting a power of work.
Yeah, no, I've been doing a bit of work. I mowed your lawns out the front there, looking good.
Yeah.
Let's go through them, Adam.
all right, let's do it. Jamaican Rumba, the first runner. You're aboard here, gate 5.
Yeah, it's a key to draw 1 to 5 in these 900s because it's basically handlebars down. The trial was okay, I thought. It's probably my best ride out of the Edmonds camp, I thought.
Okay.
What
do the trainers think? He's had a month between runs.
Yeah, if he produces his best, he'll win. It's pretty simple. He's pulled up with issues a couple of times.
Pulled up with heart arrhythmia, the other night at the Sunny Coast. So his last run was just forget about it, and we've done some work and some treatment and whatever, and hopefully that's got him back online. And he looks good, so he should be beaten though.
Pretty ordinary race.
He gets a good ride, that is.
No, well, it's like I said earlier, it's they're pretty simple. Those you just got to jump clean, handlebars down, and I ride a lot of winners here at the Gold Coast, as you know, and those races, those girls. No, I think your man Fred's got me. But anyway, those races are 900s. That's why the girls get me, because there's no thought. It's just jump clean, handlebars down, and they keep running. But and barriers are a key. Like I said, you've got to draw 1 to 5.
Reckon you win the premiership this year?
That is a 1 red cross.
He's got to ride a few winners in the next few weeks.
We're just going to relax this year and enjoy our life, and we might be on the beach throughout the second part of the season.
Well, it's not all about racing for you, is it? You've got other interests?
What are they?
I don't mind a bit of fishing. I like fishing. Been doing a bit of that.
Anyway, we haven't got you on to talk.
This will lead for viewership. This will be the flagship show.
Yeah, we'll get about 800 views
Can
this
you do
week.
any shout outs? Like to me mate Tom Headley, good on you, Tommy.
Tom, you got a horse with Desley Foster now. What's going on?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
got to get
tried
in
to ring you the other day, you wouldn't talk.
Last runner was a Group 1 tyre zone.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, yeah, I just want to give a shout out to Tommy up there in Cairns.
No, he's going good, Tom. Got a lot of horses.
Man.
What else are you on here?
Yep, so
Diva
let's
Da
go
Vinci,
through-
Dark
yeah.
Horse, and Sidestep Me.
Yeah, so Diva Da Vinci first starter here. You've got a wide draw here over the 1200, and there's a few first starters, a bit of unknown in this race.
With the scratchings, because it'll be a good foil on Saturday, with the scratchings, it'll probably come into about gate 6, I'd say. And
It's a perfect barrier for you.
Just
outside him?
It trialled all right. Jade trialled the horse, and the horse ran second, and yeah, it's definitely got a chance because it's not a strong race. It's definitely got a hope.
Trainers, thoughts?
Thought she might need it and then improve. Doesn't carry a great deal of condition, but as Noel said, you can sort of get away with one pretty early in a prep, especially considering I don't think it's a very strong maiden, which we've got 6 in. So
Yeah, well, I was going to say before we move on to Mr. Callow's next rides, you've got 6 in. There's 4 in the field and 2 emergencies. Do we know the other runners and where they sit?
I haven't made it up yet. We'll except for Grafton next Wednesday, Cup Day next Tuesday, and try and split as many of them up as possible.
Okay.
That's right.
Whoever's doing the pre-race instructions will be pretty busy. You'll have a few runners.
Yeah.
No.
Well, I've never understood that. Trainers giving instructions. It's a rule in the book, but when the gates open, they can't hold our hand. You've got to
That's right.
do your own
Yeah.
thing. You know, like we all want to win, and I think I have a couple of apprentices here, and I think the trainers sort of hold them down a bit too much. They try to
Overcomplicate
please.
things.
They try to please them, so
Okay.
the horses slow out and they said lead on it, and they just go. So you just got to ride them as
You're
they go.
100% right. I reckon over my career since 1988, I remember the first winner I ever trained was a mare called Pensive Mood. She was in a rural stakes at Tamworth. Barry Gatenby rode it, and I told him to ride it. Just come out on it nice and quiet, ride it back, and it'll get home all right. He went straight to the front, led by 6 and won by 6. So then I thought, oh, does it matter?
Okay.
No, really, yeah, seriously.
Well, if you
like-
take your
If you jump half a length in
don't
front,
tell
you're
them
not
that.
going to.
exactly. But the only thing I think everyone needs to be on board with. If you have a look at do your form, everyone does their form. They all got a pretty similar idea, but really, Noel's exactly right. You cannot control what happens out of the barriers, you know.
So I guess it's more, it may just be a conversation if the horse has got particular quirks that maybe you want the jockey to know about, but that's pretty much it.
I think the only thing, like some horses, like say Philly Special for instance, right? We've worked out she just wants to be left alone. Just leave her alone early in the race. Like Jimmy Ormond, rode her at Doomben the other day. She was slow away, and he drove her right up in there and got up racing. She did nothing, and that could have been a bit because of the track. But you know, you just got to know, you know, just listen and it's up to them from there. You know,
Yeah, sure.
Really,
Yep.
A filly like that hasn't got gate speed anyway, so she's going to be ridden a bit quiet and just needs to get into a rhythm and get to breathe and all the rest, and then they find the right lane and they get home. But you know, really, he's 100%.
Was a
right.
10 out of 10 the other day from Cormac too.
Shawnee,
Sean,
yes.
yeah, good. He's riding well, Sean.
He is, isn't he?
He's got you covered.
Yeah, 100%.
All right, let's talk about Mr. Callow's next runner, Dark Horse. Had a pretty good prep.
Won on it the other day.
Yeah.
Ran second at Sunshine Coast, and the form was all right. The horse Tegan Harrison beat me, I'm not sure.
More Veloce.
That
Yeah.
one, they went to town
I
and
think
ran
she
third.
outraged you that day.
100%. But my only concern, and this is not a Pinocchio show, punters.
Punters?
The only
They're owners.
Oh, sorry, owners.
Everyone.
This is my only concern with Dark Horse, right? I've ridden him twice. He won here. Dowdy's horse went too quick, and Dark Horse reeled him in on soft going. The track was rain affected at Sunshine Coast. I know it says in your form guide it was good. It was rain affected. He's drawn wide. There's a bit of speed, I think, in Murray's horse, the Hidden Dragon and King's Coat. I just don't know where he fits in from that gate 9 out of 9. Hopefully they rip and he can just slot in the 1-1, but it's not a computer game. I have to work that out when I've gone a furlong. And that 1100 here, because they're not using the chutes, it's on the course proper, and it's like
it's a bit difficult.
75 metres to the first turn,
Yeah.
and you want me a 1-1 it. But we'll work that out. If the speed's genuine, like I said, then you can tuck in. But if they sort of go just an okay speed, it sort of clumps them up, and I'm 3 wide. So can he win 3 deep? I don't know, because he doesn't quicken for you. He's just you see him come off the bridle at about the 500, and you think, oh, he's gone, but he just keeps whacking away. He doesn't actually quicken. But yeah, he's a bit of a question mark from that gate, I thought.
So his last 100 metres, he'll be quite strong as
Yeah, he'll be
long
strong.
as he gets a bit of cover or
He
something
needs-
soft through the first bit, and then he'll finish off good.
He needs genuine speed. If he gets genuine speed, they go very quick in it. He can win. If they go slow and he gets caught 3 wide, well, good luck.
All right, you've also got Boho Beauty in the same race. How's she travelling?
should improve a stack. Blinkers on, barrier 1, but it's tempo dependent.
Where's she going to be in the run?
She'd be,
Box seat.
we'll be
Well, there you
positive
go,
with
there's another
box
one
seating, you know
anyway.
what I mean?
So they'll both be up there, yep.
Yeah, you can't give away that soft gate.
Yep. Okay.
She's another fillet that needs to get to the outside of them though. She can't. She doesn't like travelling in between them or anything. If she gets to the outside,
Can we spot the
she'll
barriers
finish.
then?
Yeah. You can.
Boho was well supported first up. What do we think of that run?
It was disappointing. She
Okay.
was pretty plain, but prepared to give her another chance. She was first up. She did look a little gross. She's improved a lot, and just in physical appearance, she's dappled up. She's tightened up. Blinkers on, I think, is a plus. 1100. Whether she's quite
Sharp enough.
So look, whatever she does tomorrow, she'll improve on. But expect both those horses to run well in that race.
Okay, both be on speed and running well. So good luck to Connections there. And then your last runner, Sidestep Me, looking to break his maiden, steps up to the 1350 here. You rode him last start, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. Every possible chance. Was pretty disappointing. I said to the boys when I got off the horse, action was okay, breathed all right. It was just pretty one pace. So needs to step up.
Needs to lift a bit.
Name sort of guys, but
I know, but you know what, you told me that, and I agree. Like his race day performance haven't been, they've been terrible. Okay, but he works good. He works good at home, and I think it's only a matter of the penny dropping. And I think he'll run a lot better at 1350.
I think it helps with the top weight coming out too.
Yeah, so and he looks well. He's fitting well, so he'll run pretty good.
Okay. Well,
I think I'm done here.
There you have it.
Is that it?
There you
Yeah,
runners.
I'm done. Any other stories you
What's the
want?
best horse you've ridden, Callow?
In Australia, the crowd want to hear Apache Cat.
Top spin.
But
Great horse,
no,
wasn't he?
he was a good horse. So, and can you believe it? I won the Australian Guineas on him over a mile, right?
He's a good sprinter.
He was a champion sprinter. He ran in a Cox Plate. You know that?
Yeah,
I got
yeah.
beat on him in the.
Did he?
I got beat on him in the Dado ladder. The manor got me right on the line.
The Fian
and
Dado
they
Gentleman.
yes, now it's the Fian. They sacked me. Greg Urell. And he
Just
ran.
the best.
Long
Greg
memory.
Childs rode him in the Cox Plate. Wow, and he's a champion sprinter. He ran in the Cox Plate. In Asia, a horse called Top Spin, but that'd mean
What do
nothing.
you
Anyone
giving
won the
Greg
Derby.
Urell a pot, and that's a great training effort if he's a champion sprinter going stretching
Well,
out the Cox Plate
no,
distance. Yeah.
no. I reckon they got it wrong. He had
but-
the little boxer present under the Christmas tree, and it was a champion sprinter, and he's trying to make it a marathon run.
Everyone-
Clippy Young.
But hold on a
Please.
minute. All the Golden Slipper horses have, over the last 20 years, the Colts like Pierrots and all them, they've all tried to stretch them out the Cox Plate distance,
Yeah, fair enough.
haven't they?
Doesn't
Well,
doesn't
why?
often work.
Why?
Because they're stains, they're worth a fortune.
All right, before you go.
I've got one more though. The best one I ever rode
Here we
was
go.
a horse called Al Mahar for Gay
Oh,
Waterhouse.
he's a good horse,
He
wasn't
also
he?
won the
Won the
Australian
Carbine.
Guineas. Yeah, won the Carbine, won the Australian Guineas. But he only raced one more time after that. He had 53.5 kilos in the Doncaster, and I couldn't make that weight. And Darren Beedman rode him on a heavy track. I think he went 5th and went straight to stud. So
He's
he was
good.
untapped. He quickened off a hot speed and made me look good. Thanks,
All right.
Gay.
Well done.
What about a Melbourne Cup tip before you go? You got your man Willow's
Yeah.
hat here.
Well, it was good.
Down to Clear.
Down to Clear. It was a huge one the other day in the Caulfield Cup.
Yeah, it was wide.
Wasn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
good.
It was wide and he still was good. He's no spring chicken.
He's a Melbourne
the
Cup winner.
Imports, yeah, he is. The imports, I like the loft.
tell you-
I've got J Mac on. And
Work good
Justin-
Tuesday
Did you watch?
morning.
Do you watch it work?
No, I didn't.
It worked like Apache Cat.
Yeah.
Talking about sprinters, mate. It dashed up real good. So
Yeah, I like that one, but very hard race. Very hard race. Anyway, they reckon there's a bit of rain there. They'll throw another spanner in the works.
I'm sticking Gold Trip. Thought it ran exceptionally well. Cox Plate. Not much luck. Went to follow the winner through and got squeezed and went to the line untested.
It was a good run.
Mar
Yeah.
Eustace, they're on fire. That'll do me.
Caulfield Cup,
Toby, what
Cox
do you
Plate
like?
into Melbourne.
yeah, I like J Max ride. Just watching him work the other day, I thought it worked super. So that'll do me.
Very
Whatever it's called.
Loft.
Loft.
Loft, there you go.
That's what he tipped, yeah. All right, well, good luck, Mr. Callow. We'll
No
leave you
worries.
to your duties in the lead up.
Yeah, I've got to go mow some lawns and enjoy my life, and I'll get the White Line Fever on Saturday and probably pull their pants down and ride forward, but we'll do it again next week. See you later. Nice to be on.
Thanks, mate.
Well, there you have it. A little bit of entertainment there from Mr. Callow. He's always entertaining. The other runner at the Gold Coast that we didn't mention because
Yes.
he's not riding it, Indian Dreamer, who had an option in town, but you're thinking Gold Coast for him?
Well, he'll need the run in
Wherever we
either
go.
race, and it's probably just as simple just to walk across the road and give him a gallop here. He's going quite well, that horse. I tell you now, both his trials have been good. He had a little setback in between him where he got away, dropped the rider, and cut his fetlock joint. It took a little while to come back, but he's working pretty good. I wouldn't say he could win at 1200. He has won at 1200, I think, down at Graft.
In ordinary grade, though.
In ordinary grade, but he'll finish on pretty good. If he runs a nice 4th or 5th, getting home, we'll be pretty happy. We're taking blinkers off him. We're going to give him a little bit of have a look at him, maybe add blinkers on when we think he needs him at the right distance this time. So,
because obviously that's the key, isn't it? He needs probably a bit further to show his best.
Well, he has done, yeah, in recent times, but he's going a bit better this time through. So let's see.
Okay, all right. Good luck to the Lucky Clover team there with Indian Dreamer, and that leads us to best bets, because that's all the runners. Best bet and Unibet Punting League. What have we got?
Unibet Punting League. I've gone Best of Bordeaux in the Coolmore. I thought he ran beautifully in the Manicato the other day from a wide barrier. Bella Nipotina was obviously way too good, but he fought out the second placing with Rothfire, and Rothfire just nabbed him. So he's going well. Wouldn't have had to do much during the week. Down the straight, I don't think should be a problem, and he's just skipped probably some of those harder battles like the Everest and that, and sort of had his runs spaced up until this week. So I reckon Best of Bordeaux's the one.
Back to own age.
Back to 3-year-old grade.
Yep.
It's a good recipe. And I know Jacquinot ran super in the Everest and run 5th, but he's got to get down the straight first time, as does Best of Bordeaux. I just think he just profiles well for that race, and form lines around him are good.
Okay, and best bet for Team Edmonds?
Jamaican Rumba. Early on Saturday. We'll get him early, and
so
that'll do.
Bright and early, about 12:10.
You're in agreement?
Yep.
4:15 actually.
Yep.
So that's 2, and Mr. Callow was keen on Jamaican Rumba,
as he said, so
hopefully that's one of them.
yeah, well, definitely it'll be one of them. Don't worry.
All right, well, you heard it there first. Don't worry about it. Jamaican Rumba in the opener. Get the cash early on Derby Day. All right, anything else to add before we farewell?
No, I don't think so. I think we're all good now.
Done like a dinner.
All right, well, have a good weekend,
Everyone?
everyone, and good luck.